What is going on, everybody? You know the deal. We're back at another racetrack, and today it is Southern National Motorsports Park for round 3 of CMD's drift series that they are doing this year. If you've been watching my videos for a while, you know that I haven't had exactly the best luck at this series for this year. And in round 1, I broke my diff. Round 2, I spun out in the top 32. And so for round 3, I'm hoping that I can break the mold and drive to my best ability for all of the weekend. Today is Saturday, which means we're just practicing all day as well as doing the twin drift competition. And then tomorrow is the big event. And so getting ready to go out for our first practice session. We'll see how the layout feels. I'll talk to you guys there. This layout is definitely pretty interesting with how they've laid it out. They said they might change some of the zones depending on how the drivers are acting today, but as of right now it feels a little choppy and doesn't really flow the greatest. On the entry, it's immediately into an inner clip, which then transitions into an outside zone on the outside of the track over there, which it doesn't feel the best, it doesn't feel the worst. Overall, it feels like I'll just have to take a few laps just to get used to everything that they have set up for this weekend, but it feels like it should be able to make work, and if they end up changing some of the zones, it might not be the worst idea. Just for now, just try to focus on getting some more seat time. So far, from everybody else that I can see doing runs at the moment, it looks like I'm not the only one that's having a hard time trying to fill the zones and everything, which is a little reassuring. Yeah, a lot of people seem to be having some trouble making this work, but you may notice as well my handbrake. In my other videos, you may have noticed that my hydraulic handbrake, I've been pulling it back quite far to be able to make the hydro lock the rear tires. We changed the size of the master cylinder that's in the car, and so it should perform more optimally and lock up the tires without needing as much of a throw. Which so far on that first run, I pulled it for about 7 seconds on the entry just because I miscalculated my zones. However, it feels pretty good. Overall, car's feeling solid. Session that we did, if you want to call it that, I think it was maybe 2 or 3 laps that we did. We went ahead and made an early change to the car, threw a different wheel speed in the car with the quick change. I was running roughly a 3:9 ratio, which is about what I had factory in this car, just with the stock diff. It felt a little short, and my dad said I was on limiter quite a lot, and so we went ahead and bumped it down to about a 3.5, which should stretch my gears out a little longer and make the car feel a little happier. Not on limiter as much, but still hopefully in the power band. For the first zones, I noticed that the inner clip into the first turn, when you enter and immediately into an inner clip, it's a little funky feeling to me, and then you immediately have to go back outside to an outer zone, which I found was quite hard to get to, and I've noticed that I'm not the only one who thinks that way. Hopefully the new gear can help the car feel a little better, help me stretch it out a little easier, and after some more laps I can get more used to the track and feel better with the zones that they've laid out for us. Maybe they'll change them as the day goes on if people are having a hard time filling what they have, but we'll see what they do. Just for now, letting the diff warm back up with the new fluid in it, go out for a few more laps. Looks like our prayers may have been answered, because it looks like the judges have moved the zones into that first turn. It is no longer an inner clip. It looks like it's just going to be one continuous outer zone, which should be a lot easier for flow, for tandems, and overall it should just work better for the competition. Apparently we weren't the only people complaining about it, because enough feedback made them change it, so we're heading over to take a look at it now as a spectator, and then I'll be heading back out in the car to test out not only the new gear change, but the new layout as well. Heading out for our first session with the new zone changes. It looks like they have removed the inside clip on the first turn and just made the only zone in that turn to be an outer, which it looks like it'll flow a lot better, a lot nicer. My one concern now is the inside clip that is in the later part of turn 1. Looks like it may be too far into the turn for it to flow naturally into the zone that is in the turn 2 or the next turn after that zone. It looks like if they were to push it back into the turn, maybe 10, 15 feet, it would be a little bit more natural, because right now it looks like where the clip is where people are naturally wanting to transition into the next turn. And so forcing yourself to be in that clip with your front of your car, it looks like it's going to be a little unnatural, but should be able to make it work. Going out now for our first laps with the new layout, the new setup with the gears, and hopefully everything can feel all right. Got a solid few laps in, did a switch lead and chase with Jake Biddle, and overall car is feeling solid. Threw on some new tires, to me the Zek Nova 300 treadwears. I've never tried these things before, we'll see how they feel. From what I've heard, the grip should be solid and the tire life should be alright, but the one thing that I have heard from my dad is that these things should smoke a lot more than, say, the Kendas that I regularly run. But we're going to go trying these out and seeing how these new tires feel, as well as still messing with this layout. But in general, I feel pretty confident, pretty good, and comfortable with the layout that they have now. Big fan. Let's see what we can do with these. Jesus, that felt fast as crap. What's going on, everybody? Let me tell you, it's been a little hectic. It's been a minute since my last update. We've been getting more practice in with the car, and then in one of my practice sessions, my handbrake broke, or rather the sheet metal that it attaches to. So we had to jerry rig a quick fix. Now, as you can tell, it's all good, tight, and the master cylinder is still feeling good, proper size master, so the handbrake actually does handbrake things. We're now getting ready to go out. Me and Danny from Sumo Speed are about to go out and do the twin drift competition, which is essentially a popularity contest where you go out with a friend or a buddy or anybody you want, do 2 laps, and those laps get posted online, and whoever gets the most votes ends up winning the competition, which, as far as I know, it's not that crazy of a reward. It's just something fun to do. So get ready to do that. I'll be following Danny first, and then he'll jump behind me, and as we get to 2 runs, we'll be switching, and we'll see what we can do. challenge riff was fun. The rest of the night was fun. We ended up just doing some party laps and kind of hanging out the rest of the night. Yeah. Now it's time to chill, relax, eat some good food, and we'll be back tomorrow. Good night. Good morning, back here for day 2 of round 3 for CMD's Catch My Drift series, and today is comp day. We just got through the driver's meeting. We're taking back some tires because we had a load to take over there this morning after burning up all the ones that we did yesterday, and now after the driver's meeting we're getting ready to go do roughly an hour of practice before the qualifying starts, and then we'll be jumping into the competition. So right now heading back over to the car, and then we'll be jumping out on track. Just got back. I did about 4 laps of practice. I'm feeling pretty good. My first lead run, not my greatest. My second lead run that I did was a lot better. I filled the zones a lot better in my opinion. And in my second chase run that I did, I held good proximity with my lead driver, which was a slower car. It was a BMW E46, I believe. He is a good driver, but a slow car, and so he laid down a good lead for what he's got, and I was able to hold solid proximity. I stayed right there with him, which is good because it's always good to have experience chasing behind slower cars, being that my car is getting up to the higher power level to where it would be harder to chase slower cars. So getting that experience is good. Overall feeling solid. Now we're just gonna take a break. I'm gonna go over here and watch some practice before practice ends, which is soon. And then we're gonna jump into qualifying, and the competition starts at 1 o'clock. Practice just ended. We went and got some tires from the tire machine that we'd taken over there this morning. Qualifying starts soon. We're getting ready for that. Starts at 11 o'clock, and hopefully gonna lay down some solid runs and put me high on the board.
To bring the beach to you here. Here he goes. Mr. Take a bucket. Third year already. You'll see through the roof. Puts it in. See if he carries out that outside zone. From here, it looks like he's out there. Rotating around here in that inside clip. Pick it up real nice. As soon as you hit that front tire in that zone, rotate your car. Takes that inside. Sets himself up good for rd3. On the pipe, boy, I tell you what, the finish is strong.
Tires, I don't think
commitment or wheel speed are an issue? Nah, he's got it dialed. He could maybe come back just a scotch on some wheel speed, making things last a little bit longer. He's cooking. He is. That last outside zone, there's still smoke over there. I can't even see the wall. John, I'm looking at the live stream on my phone, so I can't necessarily go look at those. I'll have to get back to you, though. I'll have a free moment here soon. Go Jacob. Yeah, Brenda, that's what we're saying. Go Jacob. That was a heater. That was a nice run.
Just got done with my first qualifying session, and it's looking like I got a good enough score that's going to be able to put me on the board. I talked to one of the guys that works here after finishing my lap, and he said that it should have placed me around an 80 or an 81, which with the field that we were having today is a good score. A lot of people were having trouble with staying on track and overshooting the zones, which was resulting in a lot of zeros in the field. So I basically got told by the grid worker, stay on track, do a safe lap, and that's what I was able to do. So pretty proud of that. See where it places me. Just got done with the driver's meeting. Now we're on track waiting to go into the top 32. Looks like I qualified 5th, so not too mad about that. We'll see how the top 32 can go.
Got a little bit of delay here. Our second mixed battle's underway. Jacob Duncan out front. Trevor Rhodes hitting all his marks right there on the inside clip. Jacob really switching it over. Coming in shallow to outside zone number 2. Tucks back in for inside clip number 2. Working his way to outside zone number 3. Trevor's still in tow. Oh no, out of straight in there from Trevor. Don't know if he got lost in the smoke or if the car gripped up. Jacob Duncan rotated the car extremely fast after inside clip number 1 into outer zone number 2. His rotation was so fast that he kind of had to get off throttle, losing a little bit of momentum and not carrying him all the way out to that outer zone. And unfortunately, into the last outer zone, had a little bit of a mistake on the 370. I don't know if he got caught in the dip but we'll get him flipped around and run it back. Trevor out front. Off. 370Z's off the line. Rode through the gears first, second. Maybe third. You never know. Flick left, flick right. Just absolutely throws it in there. Jacob Duncan right on his door, though. He knows what he needs to do here. Little shallow in the outside zone. Wraps around here. Let's see if they pick the center clip up. They do. Jacob's going to take a little bit quick there, though. Not letting him breathe right there. No, he's not. Wow. He knows he needs to be. That man is set on 3. Good job, Mr. Yeah. You can't have a good chase without a good lead. It looks like Jacob Duncan gets the win. Another young gun moving on to the top 16.
Luckily got into the top 16. I was fighting the car for all of the battle because my tires, with the pressure that I had them at, were overly grippy, and so the car became very, very hard to control. But luckily managed to squeeze by, get into the top 16, chase the crap out of the guy. Solid battle, solid runs, but made some small changes. Car should feel a lot better now, should feel more controllable, and see how I do in the top 16.
Brenda says. Let's see what happened here. Nick's off the line. First, second, third, maybe fourth. You never know. Jacob right there behind him. Flicks in behind him. Jacob closing that gap. Head out the outer zone 1.
I think Jacob entered before Nick did.
Maybe.
Pouring on the
Lot
power
of
there.
smoke coming out.
Stretching it out to inside clip number 1. And
Jacob's right there, though.
2. Jacob right there with him. Dives into inside clip number 2.
Wraps around the last outer zone. Let's see how it happens here. Jacob's, he's right there. Good lines by both drivers.
Oh, brother.
Oh.
Nick got a little deep there. But they're off. Jacob in the lead. Nick having a chase. Jacob throwing it in. Nick right there with him. Heading through outside zone number 1. Tucking in there to inside clip number 1. Back to outside zone number 2. Door to door here.
Really nice driving by both of them. Can't even see them anymore. There they are.
Oh, there they are.
Wow. Good chase by Nick. Nice lead by Jacob.
Yeah, I'm going to
for
be honest
sure.
with you, Todd. You got any idea on this one?
I have no idea.
Me either.
No clue. I got a feeling.
You feeling?
I got a feeling.
Okay.
Will I express it?
I mean, you're more than welcome to.
I think Jacob got the win.
You think Jacob got the win?
Nick had a mistake. Nick wiggled a little wide in his lead.
We thought moms were top 2. We had grandma support. That's awesome.
Grandmother support, my word. I am jealous. Nick and Jacob sitting at the start finish line. Jacob Duncan gets the win. Blue 240.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are in the Great 8. First time ever getting past the top 16, but also into the Great 8 in this series. I'm feeling fantastic. With my luck that I've had in this previous year, like I said earlier, this series has been tough, but this event, it seems like I finally found my breakthrough. And next, I believe I'm going against Taylor Hall in the Grade 8, and then hopefully we can win that and see what I can do later on.
First.
Like, oh, okay, we're going here. Jacob Duncan coming off the line, throwing through the gears. Nick got right there with him. They flick it in. See if Nick can hang with Jacob Duncan through this first outside zone, and he does. He's right there with him. These boys are driving. They're aggressive. They got a point to prove. Coming to that inside clip. Outer zone. Jacob's really there. Back over where it needs to be. Nick's still there, though. Rotating this inside clip, coming to that last outside zone. Nick got it caught on the transition. He needs to close the gap a little bit. Good run by both drivers, though. I hope this dude's just trolling.
He's got to be.
I hope.
They're flipped around. Nick Abbott out front. The way they go down the straight. Entering into outside zone number 1.
Jacob's right there with him. Like I said, these guys got something to prove out here.
Into inner 1. Heading to outside zone number 2.
A little shallow there on the outside zone by the lead driver.
Nick pouring on the power, though.
Jacob's going to do an aggressive dive. What's he got? I swear, it's an exact mimicked run.
We just watched the same run back to back.
It's like they flipped them. Uh-oh. What we got here? Jacob Duncan gets the win.
Duncan gets the win.
Good battle. Good driving, good drifting. Gotta love to see it. long
that.
time ago.
And they're off. Taylor Hall out front leading Jacob Duncan.
Nice little initiation by Taylor Hall. Jacob Duncan dives in, though. Looking to close that gap, and he does. Coming on to that number 3.
Little bobble in the lead there for Taylor Hall. Transition that inner clip.
Unusual. Little shallow and outer zone. Wraps around this inner clip here. Picks that up nice.
Transition through the smoke, staying right there with him in the outside zone number 3.
Coming across the finish
door.
line. Right there. Good drifting.
Jacob's got a lot of door to aim for on that thing.
He does. He's got a lot of, yeah.
These are the runs we love to see.
Here we go.
Flipped around, arms are down. Jacob's out front, letting that Jay-Z sing.
Taylor Hall flicks it in. Looking to close that gap up. He makes a large lunge. He's right there on Jacob's door.
Jacob diving into that first inside clip in the outside zone number
Nice
2.
transition.
A little shallow for outside zone number 2. Taylor Hall's still right there with him.
Wow.
I wouldn't be surprised if this goes one more time.
It could. It could.
Shut yours down. You're pissing coolant everywhere.
Oh, really? I'm leaking coolant, they said. They said I'm pissing coolant everywhere. I had to shut mine off.
Unfortunate.
Oh,
One more
one
time.
more time.
Wow. We get to
Oh my God.
I know. One more time. So you got 20 minutes to go back to that pitch. Check it out.
Okay. 20 minutes to get back to the pits and fix whatever it is. It's one more time.
No fan. Can't make it up. You leave the car on the ground in 20 seconds and here's your P&E. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Alright, so let's talk about it. If you've been watching for this far into the video, you saw that in my battle with Taylor Hall, he came up and hit the side of my door because I fell out of boost and stopped my acceleration, which caused him to surge up into the side of my car. In the process of his car hitting into my door, it caused a bolt in the front end to shift and punch a hole into my radiator. A little bit of behind the scenes action, got the car in the shop and working on it a few days after getting home from the event. As you can see, a little bit of the leftover from the impact that I had with Taylor Hall, as well as the water weld that we tried to jam on there to patch the hole that it left. After we got the hole patched, we tried to fill it up with coolant and we're trying to bleed it quickly before going back out, but the coolant
pressurized, and it sent it flying out of the top of the radiator. It was surging everywhere, and my dad runs over with the radiator cap and just shoves it down on top of the radiator while it is scalding hot in an attempt to get it back out in time for the battle. Unfortunately, with the coolant spraying out and landing directly on the fans, it seems to have fried both of them after we just tested them with a Milwaukee battery. Neither of my fans work now, and I know I had fans coming into the pits, so pretty sure that's what happened and was inevitably the reason why I was unable to finish my run. Taking a peek into my engine bay here, if we look down, you see that this bolt is what ended up going into the radiator. These bolts hold on the tension rod brackets that you can see come in from the left and the right, and running the Cage Kits tube front end for the S13. After the impact, it essentially crumpled up, and when it did that, the bolt had nowhere to go but up. And unfortunately, with the radiator sitting essentially right above them, it just happened to go through.
When it did this, my car started dumping coolant, and in the process of waiting for the judges to announce a winner, I was told to shut the car off because I was leaking onto the track. I was told that I would have 20 minutes to fix the car, which we spent every second of that time busting our tails. My family and I worked so hard, harder than we ever have before at a track, with Danny Dominic included, who is with Drift Sumo Speed, which, as you guys know, I'm pretty much a part of. He pitched in to help get the car fixed, and we got the hole patched. We used what's called water weld to stick onto the bottom of the radiator where the hole was, and it appeared to be holding the coolant that we were then adding into the car. But in the process of filling the car with coolant, we noticed that my fans were not on, and we spent the remainder of my time trying to fix the fans, determine if there was anything wrong with the wiring causing them to be off, but we ran out of time and could not find the problem. So unfortunately for this one, we have to accept defeat and know that it wasn't because of my driving that I am having to go home, but because of a mechanical failure with the car. That helps me a lot because, as I've stated several times before in this video, my luck with CMD has not been the greatest with the past rounds, and today I finally broke through. It looked like I had a fair shot of coming out on top and winning the event, but the car held me back. But I know that we're gonna get this thing fixed in no time. It won't be long before I go out and do my next competition, and I am looking out and keeping my head high and looking forward to be standing on that podium. For now, I'm gonna pack it up, head home, and try to relax for the rest of my day until I go to work and school tomorrow. But if you've made it this far into the video, I appreciate you. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe for more content, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.